the grandson of Right Thought. Welcome to the School of Marvelous Light. So, we're going to read from the book of Revelation. So, if you want to follow along, get your Bible. And what we're going to be discussing today is a matter of patience. We know about how Abba takes us through things in our life to build up our patience. And we're going to talk about that traveling through those tribulations or trials, as the scripture calls it, to bring us to the surface. Okay, we're going to talk about that surface in Revelation. So, Revelation chapter 15, I'm going to start at verse 1. And I saw another sign in heaven. Stop right there. He saw a sign where? Now remember, this is John, the one whom Yahushua loved, the one that's in his bosom, the branch. He says, I saw a sign in heaven. Okay? And that means he was in the spirit. In his mind, he saw a vision. He calls it a sign. So it means it's something that represents something that's going to happen. Okay? So let's see what he says. He says, great and marvelous, 7 angels having the 7 last plagues. Now, during the time of the first Exodus, did some plagues happen that caused the land to release the Israelites out of it, like vomiting? Get them out of here. All these plagues are hitting us. Let's get out of here. Get them out of here, right? 7 last plagues, for in them is filled up the wrath of El. And I saw, as it were, a sea of glass mingled with fire. And them that had gotten the victory over the beast, the flesh mind, and over his image, and over his mark, and over the number of his name, stand on the sea of glass, having the harps of El. You see that? So we're going to talk about how they got to the surface of the sea. Now remember, Yahushua was walking on water. That's another sign. It's to show you where you'll be. That's why Peter said, can I come out there? And he said, yeah, if you have faith. You see that there? Now we have the elect. Who are we the children of? That would be Abraham. See, the father of many nations. He's the father of those who have faith. It took a lot of patience for him to receive the thing that he wanted, and he had to go through some trials and tribulations before he received it. See? So I want you all to think about something. Now, before I tell you what I'm going to have you think about, let's finish reading this. Verse 3, and they sing the song of Moses. Interesting. The servant of El, and the song of the Lamb, saying, great and marvelous are thy works, O El, Almighty. Just and true are thy ways, thou King of saints. Who shall not fear thee, O Abba, and glorify thy name, I am? For thou only art holy. For all nations shall come and worship before thee, Father of many nations. For thy judgments are made manifest. Manifest means they didn't happen, now we see it. See? It didn't happen where our eyes can see it now. And after I looked, and after that I looked, and behold, the temple of the tabernacle of the testimony in heaven was opened. And the 7 angels came out of the temple, having the 7 plagues, clothed in purple and white linen, and having their breasts girded with golden girdles. And then it goes on and goes on. But we got the part we wanted, which was them standing on this sea of glass, which means they got the victory, the Bible says. You see that? I wonder if we're going to all be wearing a pair of Nikes when we stand in there. The reason why I said that is because the word Nike means victory. So I'm just being silly. But I want you to think about this. When you were dropped into this life, you were dropped from the surface of that sea of glass down into that sea. And you fell all the way to the bottom. Now, if you know anything about diving, once you're down there and you decide that it's time to come to the surface, you can't just fly up to the surface. You have to take some time before you come to the surface. Okay? Let's read about this. It's called the BENDS. Okay? What is the bends? The bends, also known as decompression sickness, occurs in scuba divers or high altitude or aerospace events when dissolved gases, mainly nitrogen, come out of solution in bubbles and can affect just about any body area, including joints, lungs, heart, skin, and brain. Okay? What causes the bends? Nitrogen or any gas from a diver's tank increases in pressure as a diver descends. See, as you're falling down, when he dropped you from that surface, as you started falling down, nitrogen started to increase in pressure as you went down. For every 33 feet, interesting, 33 feet, ain't that interesting? In ocean water, the pressure due to nitrogen goes up another 11.6 pounds, per square inch. As the pressure due to nitrogen increases, more nitrogen dissolves into the tissues of your body. So in other words, you were pure when he dropped you in, but as you fell down to the bottom, you started to get sin sticking to you. It started to get all in your tissues and all up in your joints. You see that? And all up in the lungs and organs, it said. You see, sin did as you were falling down. You see? And every 33 feet you fell, it increased 11.6 pounds. So it got worse and worse as you went down. You see this? The longer a diver remains at depth, the more nitrogen dissolves. So the more you're down there at the bottom when you fall, the more the nitrogen dissolves. You see? So more the sin is going to do its thing in you. You see that? Isn't that true? The longer you hang out in a bad environment, the more wicked you become. You see? Unlike the oxygen in the air tank a diver uses to swim underwater, the nitrogen gas is not utilized by the body and builds up over time in the body tissues. See? So the sin then got all in you and it builds up over time. The underlying cause of symptoms throughout the body is due mainly to nitrogen bubbles, sin bubbles, being released when the diver returns to the surface and blocking blood flow and disrupting blood vessels and nerves by stretching or tearing them. They may also cause an embolism, blood coagulation, and release of vasoactive compounds. You see that? Make your blood vessels pop open and burst. What does? Trying to come up too fast does. Y'all gathering this message right now? Go ahead on and eat it. Dip your bread in the sop with me and Yahusha and get you something to eat too. If you try to ascend too fast or force the process, force your awakening, force getting knowledge and wisdom, if you try to force it, then you'll burst because you're trying to do it too fast. You have to do it patience, and that's why he puts you through the trials to make you patient. When you try to go too fast, something knocks you down. Try to go too fast, something knocks you down. He's doing that to save you so that you don't get the bends and explode. That's why he also said you got to be a new wineskin before I can pour the new wine in you. Because if you're old, it'll burst. See? Same difference. So you got to take you through it slowly and build you up and build you up. So a lot of times when we're going through the vicissitudes of life, we get down on ourselves, you see? We're rough on ourselves when we make mistakes or we mess up or fall short. It makes us feel bad, but it shouldn't. Because the end doesn't change. As long as you know the end, then you're free. That's why he said the truth will set you free from anything that tells you that you're not going to be sitting up there on Yahusha's lap, on his throne with him, with your crown cocked to the side, eating grapes, sitting back having a good old time. That's the end. So then, what did somebody say to you today at work? What did that over-righteous brother say to you to try to convict you and make you feel bad and try to shame you when he ain't lifting that thing with one of his fingers? What did your wife say that made you feel like you weren't, that you were no account? What did your whoever say You get the point. What did the president say? What did the newscaster say? What did anybody say that changes the end result of your life? So once you know that, then you just patiently go through the levels that it takes to get you there. Okay? This is going to be a short message, not long. So in other words, don't be hard on yourself because you'll burst if you're not patient. You have to wait until Abba decides to take you to the next level. You have to overcome. That's why they got the victory, which is the championship belt. Now, speaking of the championship belt, imagine, okay, if you turned and decided, I'm going to be a professional boxer. Today, you decided that. So you went to the gym and you found a trainer. And he says, okay, you want to be a boxer? You're like, yeah. He's like, all right, come on in the gym. You right now today. He says, come on in the gym. So you go on in there. And he says, let's see what you got. And you may be able to throw a punch, but you don't really know how to throw a left hook properly to the liver. You don't really know how to parry a jab. You really don't know how to keep your head off the center. So, in other words, you're not really adept yet. You may have some raw materials that need to be honed. You see what I'm saying? And a good trainer will see that and be like, oh, wait a minute, you got some power, but you just need to do this. Well, all that, this are those levels. Now, some of those that you need to obtain to have the championship belt requires pain. It requires suffering. If your opponent hits you in the liver, then you're going to go down. Even if you're tip-top shape, you're going to go down. Knowing that, you will try to build yourself strong as possible to be able to withstand the blow that may come. So you got to do crunches. Well, that's painful, especially when you have to do thousands of them. And the first day, you can't. So let's say that first day you go on there, you say, I got this, trainer. I know. I'm going to be champion. Matter of fact, make me a fight with Floyd Mayweather today. This is Floyd Mayweather fighting his prime. He's the champion at the time. I'm using him because he's the most skilled fighter that I've witnessed. True champion. So now you are going to take his belts from him. What do you think will happen if you step into that ring in front of 50, 60,000 people and all those lights, and then you hear that bell go ding, ding, and Floyd Mayweather starts stepping towards you with that shoulder like this? What you think you're going to feel when he hits you in your face and you never even saw him cock the punch back? You were on the canvas before you even know he punched you. You're like, there's levels to this. Levels. Just like you'll get the bends if you don't respect the levels. You see that? Let's see what we can gather from this little article real quick before I continue. It says, if a diver surfaces too fast, the excess nitrogen will come out rapidly as gas bubbles. Depending on which organs are involved, these bubbles produce the symptoms of decompression sickness. You see that? All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we got here. To prevent the bends. Let's see what it says. No, it ain't really got nothing worth nothing, I don't think. I'm trying to see if it say about how you have to come up a certain level, then stay there for a while until your body decompresses. Then you rise up a little bit more, and then your body decompresses. You got to wait though. You got to wait and decompress, and then you can go up another more, and then you got to decompress. Then you go up. See, it takes patience, and it's a process. Well, same thing when you're boxing. You're not going to be able to take Floyd Mayweather's belt in the first fight of your life. It's not going to happen. You're going to get embarrassed, and it's going to be quick too. It's going to be quick. You've never fought for 12 rounds. You've never thrown 1,000 punches in an hour. Try to do it. You'll see how hard it is. You'll see how difficult it is to to do what Floyd does in 3 minutes. You see? So that takes a lot of process. Well, in that process of you saying, I'm going to take Floyd's belts, you start to fight. So you have your first fight, second fight, third fight. You may have 30 fights before you fight him. Well, in those 30 fights, you've been rocked. That's what I mean about stay on that level. Wait a minute, let me decompress. See? You might have been rocked. Oh, man, it tested you. A trial. Oh, snap. A temptation. An example of this would be Deontay Wilder. Now, I don't know if you guys are boxing fans, but I'm just using this as an example. Deontay Wilder was in a fight. He was undefeated at the time, knocking everybody out. And he was in a fight with a man named King Kong Ortiz, Luis Ortiz, King Kong. And King Kong caught Deontay Wilder with a right hook, a check hook. Bam! Wilder was coming in and he got caught with a right hook. Boom! And rocked him. And Wilder was staggered, didn't know where he was. He'll admit this himself. I was highly buzzed. That's his word. I was highly buzzed. So he staggered, and you can see he was hurt. And Luis Ortiz knew it, so he started to just throw haymakers and try to knock him out. He was getting caught too, but he wouldn't go down. He wouldn't give out. And he finished that round, and he kind of staggered to his corner. He was rocked. So most people would think, well, this fight's going to be over with come that next round. He only has 1 minute to recover, to decompress. Now, he has to have a conversation in his mind. He can give in to this trial. Oh my God, get scared and fear. See, I'm not what I thought I was. Oh my God, this guy's going to beat me. Oh man, my head is ringing. I'm dizzy. Oh man, I'm sick to my stomach, man. Oh man. Oh, my jaw is ringing. Oh, my God, I don't think I could do it. He didn't do that. He said, all right, he caught me, but I already know the end. See? Now, let's see what happened at the end. Next round came. He stood his ground, got through that round. The fight continued, and he caught Ortiz with a right hand off the back foot. Bam! Rocked Ortiz. Ortiz didn't know where he was. Knocked him down. Ortiz got back up. See, he tried to test him again, and Deontay Wilder put him down again. And said, I told you the end. You see? And then he went on to the next level. Well, see there. And then you may run into another trial where someone will try to cheat you. See? Like Deontay Wilder experienced. It's going to happen to you in your life too. And it won't be fair. Like it wasn't fair for him. It won't be fair for you sometimes either. And all the people will agree. All the flying monkeys will agree with the narcissist against you. You see? That's the way it always is in this world. And you have to endure that patiently. Not get bitter. Ah, man, the hell with this, man. I quit, man. No, you don't quit. You stay in the fight. You say, you might have knocked me down, but you ain't win the fight, buddy. I'm coming back for what's mine. Because this is my divine right. You see that? Out the dark, I'm about to shine bright. I'm going for that limelight. Because this is mine by divine right. Niggas talk, but I don't listen. My figures talk, and now I glisten. Okay, y'all about to have me rapping. Y'all understand what I'm saying? My blessings is coming. You see, that's the end. So the championship belt I'm going to hold. But I have to go through the levels or I'll get the bends and explode. Y'all still got me rapping. Okay, I'm going to stop this message right now, y'all. Y'all have a good night, little flock. Silawam Isra'Ella.